Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to be back at Tour Championship for our annual season-ending press conference here at East Lake. I'd like to welcome PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan to the Media Center. Jay, I know you have several opening remarks and some exciting announcements for the group before we turn it over to Q&A, so I'll leave it to you.
Thank you, Laura. It is great to see all of you as we conclude our season and crown the FedEx Cup champion on Sunday evening. Now in its 22nd playing at East Lake Golf Club, the impact of the Tour Championship continues due to the long-standing support of Coca-Cola and Southern Company. And this year, we also welcome in new proud partner, Accenture. We're so thankful for their support of the tournament's charitable initiatives in this thriving community, including East Lake Foundation, Focus Community Strategies, Grove Park Foundation, Purpose-Built Schools Atlanta, and First Tee of Metro Atlanta. For more than 20 years, positive change has been the theme here in East Lake, thanks to our remarkable hosts, Tom and Ann Cousins. And speaking of positive change, you'll remember that at the 2020 Tour Championship, we announced our commitment of at least $100 million over 10 years to support racial equity and inclusion efforts. I'm pleased to share that this collective focus on diverse partners and communities has resulted in achieving more than $40 million in charitable impact toward that goal, and we're helping to support 127 new organizations through this effort. Change doesn't happen overnight, but we're incredibly proud of the strides we've made thanks to our players, title sponsors, media partners, tournaments, the engaged communities in which we play, and our great fans around the world. You all have been incredibly supportive of these efforts as well, so please speak with a member of our team if you'd like additional information on our progress. We appreciate it. Last night, in what is one of the most special nights of the year, we joined Tracy Stewart and her family in presenting Billy Andrade, an adopted Atlanta resident by the way of Rhode Island, with the Payne Stewart Award presented by Southern Company. Monday, we announced an extension of Southern Company's partnership with both the Tour Championship and the Payne Stewart Award through 2027, ensuring a strong future for this very important week on the PGA Tour. Our thanks to Southern Company for their continued loyalty and support dating back to 2000. We'd also like to recognize Century Insurance for their additional title sponsor commitment to the Century Tournament of Champions through 2035, announced yesterday. Always a favorite on our schedule amongst our players and our fans, the event will be further elevated in 2024, serving as our opening day as we return to a calendar-based schedule. And as we're here at the Tour Championship, it's fitting that we announce the Century Tournament of Champions field will now include the top 30 finishers and ties from the prior season's final official FedEx Cup playoffs and eligibility points list, starting with this year's field for the 2023 event. In 2007, FedEx took a leap of faith with what was a novel concept at the time in our sport: playoffs. In fact, many said it would never work. 16 years later, the FedEx Cup playoffs has grown into what we always imagined: the world's top players competing head-to-head in a meaningful conclusion to the season. Our thanks to umbrella sponsor FedEx for their partnership over the last 16 years with the FedEx Cup, not to mention their connection to the Tour, which dates back to 1986. We have an incredible field of stars on hand this week, all who have put together tremendously consistent and memorable seasons to earn a spot in the playoffs finale. A special mention to Patrick Cantlay, last week's BMW Championship winner and our reigning FedEx Cup champion. Hideki Matsuyama, who will compete in his 9th consecutive Tour Championship. Rory McIlroy, who is looking to become the first player to win the FedEx Cup 3 times. And then 4 players: Sam Burns, Xander Schauffele, Cameron Smith, and FedEx Cup top seed Scottie Scheffler, each of whom has 3 or more victories coming into the season finale. And as I said at the Travelers Championship, the PGA Tour is a meritocracy. It gives every player the opportunity to rise to the top. If established players fail to earn a spot, someone else who is hungry and talented is right there to take their place. That evidence is on full display this week as we have two rookies competing at Eastlake, Cameron Young and Saheth Theegala. Beyond the promise of these rookies, it's worth noting that 60% of this year's winners were under the age of 30. That's a trend we're extremely excited about as we look to the future of our tour and the game as a whole. We also wish Will Zalatoris the best in his recovery. He's had a special season highlighted by a win in the first leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs in Memphis. As you know, we previewed several changes for the 2022-23 season earlier this summer at the Travelers Championship, before releasing our full FedEx Cup season schedule a few weeks ago. Those announcements included a return to a calendar year season and 8 elevated events. I mentioned at the time that you could expect more changes as we continue to partner with our players and listen to our fans to move the PGA Tour forward. A prime example of that continued work was the player-only meeting during last week's BMW Championship. I know there's a lot of curiosity and speculation as to what was discussed and what was decided, but before I get into details, I think it's important to understand that this process represents a remarkable moment for the PGA Tour and showcases the essence of what being a membership organization is all about. With the best interests of the collective in mind, those players rallied together to strengthen the tour platform, recognizing that if fans are going to invest in the PGA Tour, it means a hell of a lot more if they know the players are investing right back. I am inspired by our great players, every one of our players, who epitomizes the perpetual values and competitive fabric of our sport. With their commitment and input, I'm excited to unveil 4 key items today. First, in addition to the elevated events we announced in June, we're planning to elevate another 4 events within the 2023 FedEx Cup regular season. We will identify these tournaments in the near future, and they will feature an average purse of $20 million. The second item, well, to me, it's the headline, and I've already alluded to it. Our top players are making a commitment to play in all 12 elevated events, as well as the Players' Championship, the Masters Tournament, the PGA Championship, the US Open, and the Open Championship. They will also add at least 3 additional PGA Tour events to their schedules. Our top players are firmly behind the tour, helping us deliver an unmatched product to our fans, who will be all but guaranteed to see the best players competing against each other in 20 events or more throughout the season. This is an extraordinary and unprecedented commitment, a testament to who these guys are and what they believe in. Third, the Player Impact Program. Since launching last season, we've been committed to reassessing its effectiveness and identifying and rewarding the players who drive the most impact to the organization. To that end, we are adjusting the criteria and expanding the program. The PIP will now reward 20 players, and we're doubling the payout from $50 million to $100 million, effective with the 2022 final standings. And we're revising the criteria to better capture awareness from casual and core fans, removing the Q-score and social media metrics. For 2022 and 23, the PIP will be used to identify our top players and those making a commitment to a 20-plus event schedule I just outlined. And finally, we're debuting in 2023 an earnings assurance program. This is an evolution of the Play 15 program. It provides a $500,000 league minimum to every fully exempt player, with rookies being paid up front. We believe it meets the challenging dynamic of how players manage and invest in their careers, and it's comparable to how other leagues approach their athlete compensation. As I said, today is a culmination of a strengthened partnership between not only the tour and the players, but also amongst the players themselves. And without stealing any of his thunder, I know Rory is going to make an announcement that further illustrates that strengthened approach. As you saw, he, Tiger, and Mike McCarley just announced their new company, the Tomorrow Group. What you'll hear more about shortly is that their first project will be an exciting collaboration with the PGA Tour. We're thrilled to work together on a way to bring fresh, innovative ideas to market for the benefit of our fans and for the benefit of the game of golf. This is a remarkable time for the tour. We have and always will be the ultimate platform for a player who wants to compete for the trophies and the titles that matter most. To now have our top players rally around this organization and commit to a portfolio of tournaments like never before, I think our fans, our partners, our players are going to love it. And I promise you there's more to come. Thank you. I'm happy to take any questions.